Ooh, hello hyperspace, my name is Davontos and it's time to get hyped because this is some H1Z1 gameplay. I'm actually going to be talking about something that just happened in the gaming world, E3. We're actually going to talk about my thoughts and my opinions about E3. There's some things that's going to be, some you guys going to agree with, some things that you guys might not agree with, and we're going to cover just Sony and Nintendo because nobody cares about Xbox. So we're actually going to start off with Sony first. And let's actually start with Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's good. So the big thing on Nintendo that everybody was talking about was Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is coming to the Nintendo Switch sometime on December. And it's just, it looks amazing. They actually added Ridley in Smash. You guys have no idea how bad I've wanted Ridley and how bad the entire Smash community has wanted Ridley in the game. And he's finally back, or finally in it, after who knows how many years, but to Smash 5, and Ridley finally made it in, and they added a couple new characters like Daisy, who's a Echo character, or what you guys would call clones, and man, there's just so much into Smash. It has a lot of melee aspects, like air dodging and air, when you dodge in the air, you kind of move to the left or right, depending on which way you're holding the control stick, and there's just so much in this new Smash. They remastered a lot of the old maps, like Donkey Kong's River Raft stage, whatever it was called, and that Link stage that had the giant turtle from Melee. They remastered a lot of the stages. It looks really detailed, and just Smash Bros. In general just looks amazing. And I hope I get a Switch soon enough, and I can wind up playing it. If I do get a Switch, I probably won't post anything on YouTube, so which would kind of just be like my personal console. I just play my own thing. But still, I would love to have a Switch, and I would love to play Smash. And what else was Nintendo showing? Star Fox is actually going to make a guest appearance in, what was it called? Star Arena, I think that game was called? I'm not too sure, but Star Fox is going to be a guest character. That is not an official Star Fox game. All I know is Fox McCloud and the gang is just going to show up as guest characters. And then they were showing, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Now, Pokemon, oh man, I grew up playing Pokemon. My very first Pokemon game was back in the 90s, and it was the blue version, because I just love Squirtle, Screw Charmander, and Ivysaur. I just love Squirtle, and I remember I got my Squirtle way back in the day. I was like a little kid, and I just raised that Squirtle by myself, and as far as I can remember, before I got, I think I got Gold version, but I think my Squirtle was like a level 89. Raised them all by myself, no cheats, no hacks, no nothing, and he was already a Blastoise and all that stuff, and just catching Mewtwo and all that, man, just so much nostalgia from this Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And if I were to actually choose one between Pikachu and Eevee, I would probably take Eevee, yeah, because Eevee has more options. You have all those Eevee evolutions, while with Pikachu, as far as we know, you just got Raichu. So I feel like Eevee would be a better choice. You have more options to do, and plus, if it's possible, you can probably breed Eevee, and you basically have all of the Eevee evolutions. Well, with Pikachu, you'll just have a Pikachu, and then you breed him again for Raichu, and you breed him one more time for Pichu, and that's probably about it. And what else do I remember from Nintendo's E3? Man, there's so many games this year. Some of the games that actually did not make it onto the show floor were two games that I'm really, really excited for, and this is going to be for PlayStation, and it's Shenron Kagura Burst Renewal and Boku no Hero, or My Hero Academia One's Justice. Now, Shenron Kagura it looks really, really good. The graphics are more improved than Peach Beach Splash. There's more customization options. It's strictly like a hand-to-hand or weapon-to-weapon melee combat game. It plays very, very similar to Hyrule Warriors, but you're just using Shenron Kagura characters, which is great because I can use Mirai and stuff. And it's just, man, that game looks so cool, and it's coming out in the fall. And then same thing with My Hero One's Justice. That game it seems to be a really, really fun fighting game. It's one-on-one, as far as I'm picking up from what I've seen. It's a one-on-one game, fighting game, but you're allowed to have two teammates who can pop in and out and interfere from time to time. Very similar to J-Star's Victory Plus Ultra if you played that anime fighting game. It's very, very similar to the Jump Force that's coming out later on next year. But yeah, I think that's kind of like the aspect. You have one character, the enemy has one character, and you can select two teammates who can pop in and assist you every now and then. And then, what else? With Nintendo, man, I don't really remember anything else with Nintendo at the moment. If you have any questions about my thoughts on Nintendo games, leave in the comment section below and I'll answer, because I'm not really remembering any at the moment except Smash, because Smash was like the big thing. Oh, Mario Party, yeah, that new Mario Party looks really fun too. I wasn't really a huge fan of Mario Party games, but yeah, it's nice to have a Mario Party game here and there. Same thing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming to the Switch, and That's all I can remember. So, on to Sony! With Sony, let's start off with the big one that everybody's talking about, The Last of Us 2. So, with The Last of Us 2, now I have The Last of Us 1, I actually have 2 copies of The Last of Us 1, one for PlayStation 3, and one that came with my purchase of PlayStation 4, so I have 2 Last of Us 1s. And, the story to Last of Us 1 was pretty good, you know, kind of like a father-daughter thing. It was pretty good, and I don't really see myself playing The Last of Us 2, and it's okay. Now, one thing that's really drawing me away from The Last of Us 2 is that Ellie's a lesbian. Now, wait a second. I can guarantee from that one sentence that I said Ellie's a lesbian, like, so many of you look like this. And then so many of you are saying, oh, Davontos, he doesn't agree with this LGBT thing. That officially makes him the worst person in the world because he doesn't agree with something I agree with. Okay, how about this? How about you take into mind, relax, and remember, we're all human. Nobody is exactly like you, and we have all our own thoughts and opinions about many things. Me, personally, I don't agree with the LGBT stuff. If you want to be gay, hey, go be gay, as long as you don't put me in it. But Ellie being a lesbian, that kind of drew me away from it because, I mean, she's a lesbian. That's not going to be a huge part of the story if she's over here making out with her girlfriend. So, because that's probably going to be a huge part of the story, kind of drawing me away from it, and I don't really see myself buying The Last of Us 2. However, the Spider-Man game, that Spider-Man game looks amazing! I actually grew up playing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, the ones that were based off of the movies, back on the GameCube, I think it was? And those games were fun, especially Spider-Man 2. And I had Spider-Man 3 for the GameCube that was also based off of the Venom movie, but that game sucked. Spider-Man 2, with Pizza Time, that was the Spider-Man game back in the day, and it seems like it's basically like a recreated version that just has so many things in it. I would really, really love to have this Spider-Man game. It just looks really, really fun. And then, what else can I remember? They're making Neo 2. Neo's, you know, fighting Japanese mythological beasts. That's pretty fun. They're making part 2. Okay. The Kingdom Hearts game, I've never really been into Kingdom Hearts, but I can see this is going to be a real treat for those Kingdom Hearts fans. I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I don't really know anything about Kingdom Hearts except it deals with some anime dude in Disney, and I can see that they put so much work into this Kingdom Hearts game, so, you know, props to them, and I'm pretty sure there are a ton of Kingdom Hearts fans, if not every Kingdom Hearts fan, who's really looking forward to this game. And, what else was on Sony's thingy? Thinking, there was this first-person shooter game. It didn't air up on stage, but they did release a trailer later on. I forgot what it was called, Sandstorm Force? Something like that, and it was basically like a military shooter, you know how those go, and it takes place, it looks like in Afghanistan, and a first-person shooter game, yeah, pretty much, and it had this old-school Call of Duty feel to it, talking about like old-school Modern Warfare 2 kind of feels to it. It actually looks pretty good. I want to do some more research on it before I actually decide to get it or not, but yeah, that Sandstorm thing, the Sandstorm shooter game, looks pretty good. I'm not too sure if it's for PlayStation VR or if it's just for regular PlayStation. The graphics looked like it was suitable for both, but the movements kind of mirrored that for something on VR, so I'm not too sure. But, and I don't really care much about Xbox, I don't think anyone knows. But, what about this whole E3 thing? Who won E3? I would have to go with Nintendo. In my opinion, I feel like Nintendo won E3 because, first off, all Nintendo gotta do is just show Smash Bros. And everybody freaks out. But, besides that, Nintendo was just, they were just dropping so many bombshells, so many nostalgic games, so many things that people wanted to know more of, so many big surprises like Smash Bros, Ridley coming in, Daisy coming in, and all that fun stuff, and it was something that nobody expected. And then you have you have PlayStations, which they actually didn't really drop any huge bombshells aside from Neo 2, and I guess the Kingdom Hearts would be kind of a bombshell, but we all knew that was coming because we've seen gameplay of it before. But what was the huge bombshell from PlayStation? The only thing that caught me off guard was Neo 2. Other than that, we all know PlayStation games were coming. So, Xbox, I hear Xbox launched a couple of bombshells here and there, and I know Xbox did beat Sony. This year, Sony's games, they just sucked. But, Xbox, yeah, you guys beat Sony pretty good. But I don't think you guys beat Nintendo, Not after Smash Bros. Came up. Once Smash Bros. Was announced, the internet was just exploding. Everybody was exploding, and everything, when you go on YouTube, everybody's either talking about lesbian kissing from The Last of Us or Smash Bros. And we all know they're talking about that lesbian kissing because everybody wants it to be gay now. But the Smash Bros, that game was just exploding, and I really hope I get a Switch so I can play Smash again! I do have Smash Bros on a 3DS, but I haven't touched it in ages, and my 3DS needs charging. I'm trying to think of like all the games I remember seeing, and I think it was Nintendo that they showed some kind of trailer for some kind of mecha battle game. It actually had an Attack on Titan kind of feel to it, but instead of you controlling, military people and these jetpacks and these grappling hooks, you're controlling giant mechs that are fighting bigger mechs, and these bigger mechs are basically like titans, and then your smaller mech, which isn't really that small because it's still really big, is about the size of a giant human. It's really weird, but if you actually look at it, I forgot what it was called, Air Mech Arena? Mech Force? Something like that. But it actually looked really, really fun, and it had this Attack on Titan feel to it. It felt like you actually had to cooperate with other players, and you guys had to work together to take down this giant evil robot. And these giant evil robots got like swords and guns, and you guys are like flying all over the place, and he's trying to cut you and shoot you. And it just looks like a really, really fun party game. And what else? With the one thing that's really, really cool about this new Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee game for the Switch is they said you can actually transfer the Pokemon, what was it, Pokemon Go? That app thing? Yeah, you can transfer Pokemon from your Pokemon Go onto Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, which is really cool because if you guys remember a couple, was it like last year, I think it was, that Pokemon Go just exploded. Everybody was playing it, everybody was catching as many Pokemon as they can, so if you guys actually still have that app, and you buy Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, you can transfer all of your Pokemon over, which kinda has me wondering, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is focused on Gen 1, which is the first original 150, but I believe Pokemon Go is already at the 3rd gen, so let's use a 3rd gen or a future gen Pokemon like Totodile. If you have Totodile on your Pokemon Go, can you transfer them over to Pikachu or Eevee? Not too sure. I really hope you could, because that'll be really cool. And, how is Pokemon Go now? Is it dead? I don't really keep up with that stuff. I kind of just do my own thing. But I think Pokemon Go is kind of like dead now? I don't know. And I was really, really hoping they said something about an Animal Crossing for the Switch, because I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan. I actually never played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I feel like it was a spin-off game, kind of like Happy Home Designer. And I'm not really too big on the Animal Crossing spin-off games. They're okay to play every now and then, but when it comes down to the core Animal Crossing games, like Animal Crossing City Folk, Animal Crossing New Leaf, and all that stuff, I put hours into those games. It's just so fun to play. And I was hoping they would release a core Animal Crossing game for the Switch. Can you just think about it? An Animal Crossing game where the Animal Crossing characters look like how they do in Mario Kart Switch. That would be something. On top of that, the towns would be so massive. They can even probably make it an open world Animal Crossing game, since open world is the thing nowadays, and Animal Crossing kind of has an open world aspect to it. Open world Animal Crossing, that would be amazing! Nintendo, make it happen! And, well, I think that's basically about it. As far as I can remember about Sony and Nintendo's E3, Nintendo's giving out this little Pokeball accessory that comes with the Pikachu and Eevee, and this little Pokeball does have a meal in it, which is really cool, which also means they're gonna jack up the price to it. But, yeah, I think that's basically about it, so don't forget to roast me in the comment section below because I disagree with the LGBT thing and you expect me to be just like you. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan. This video's almost over, there's like 1 minute left. If you like this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. And you can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan, I said that yet. and as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day!